Good Monday, traders. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, as always, after a hard trading week. So we are back to work. Today is Monday and first trading day, obviously. And today we will be looking at the dollar versus Swiss franc currency pair. Before we start, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only, should not be considered as a financial advice. Let's have a look at the price action of the dollar Swiss franc on the hourly time frame. First, what I did is use this downtrend trend line where we can see price did break above once, then second time, and now third time. What is interesting about the price action? Obviously, I did use this high and connected it with the low in order to apply the Fibonacci indicator. And we have multiple levels here that showing us potential upside resistance levels. The first one is 38.2 Fips, where we can see that price actually failed to break above. We see also a clean rejection of this Fips at 38.2 and price went lower. So I'm gonna move to other chart. Here, basically what we have is applied Fips to this correction where we saw this clean bounce of the 38.2. And here we have a clean rejection of 227.2. One time the closing price was right at this price, and second was a clean rejection of this level, and price actually produced a new high. It broke above the previous high point. So now it seems like price might be slowly reversing to the upside. Now this analysis also goes in line with other Swiss currency pairs that we had: Australian Swiss franc, Euro Swiss franc, New Zealand Swiss franc, and it means that Swiss franc might be getting weak. So this is basically the big picture of the Swiss franc, where we are adding the dollar Swiss franc currency pair. And after this bounce, guys, this level could become quite an important one in case price will go lower, and it might make it much less attractive in terms of the upside move. Moving on to the 1 hour chart. Here we also see the bullish divergence on the RCI with the period 14, and price actually broke above the trend line. Overall, it does look like price might be starting to move up. So what I did, I applied another Fips to this correction after the trend line has been broken, and we have key resistance levels pointed on the chart. So first one, 127.2, cleanly correspond to 50% Fips, and this is the most important resistance, I think. If it gets broken, the doors will be open for more upside move. Next resistance, I would say it's 161.8 Fips at 0.9460. If there will be a breakout of both of these resistances, price is likely to move higher. We also have a clean level at 78.6, which also exactly corresponds to 227.2, and this is 0.9490 level. This is the next resistance. And the final resistance, which corresponds also to 2 Fips, 88.6 and 261.8. And it's located at 0.9505. This seems like a final upside resistance because it's 88.6. This is the most when price corrects. If this is a correctional move to the upside, this will be the final target. And besides, we have a psychological level at 0.9500, which also could play a role of the very strong resistance for this pair. So all in all, the move could be quite substantial. The exit, if there will be 1 hour break and close below this level, it's most likely will invalidate, but 4 hour close will be probably the better confirmation. So 1 and 4 hour close below, clean closing price below, will invalidate this bullish scenario, because we might see spikes. For example, on 4 hour chart there will be spike lower, but then price will close above, and then there might be another spike even below that. So we need to see this clean closing price below this level in order to invalidate this scenario, bullish scenario. If price manages to correct anywhere to the price at 0.9400, which is psychological support, that will be perfect, because it also corresponds to the breakout point of the trend line which happened just there. So this is the ideal price for bulls, and it could provide a perfect risk to reward ratio in that case. The key resistance is probably the first one that we must watch, and if there will be a breakout, perhaps make this trade risk-free would be excellent idea, but only if we manage to actually get the best buying price. Okay, so that's it for the dollar Swiss franc. I will be going through all the ideas we had previously now. Starting with Australian Canadian dollar, this is idea going well, although quite slowly we are moving up towards the resistance. Maybe there will be a break above and we will see much stronger uptrend. Australian dollar still looks very strong across the board. Australian Japanese yen, we had this correction down, but moving average has been rejected. So overall, I still expect price to move to the upside. Obviously, all our ideas, guys, just to remind you, they all are risk-free now. There is no risk on any of the trades because stop loss is at the break-even point. Australian Swiss franc, we are starting to see yet again move to the upside, although it's nothing major. We rejected the moving average 200 period exponential, but still it's a very small move to the upside. We need to see some stronger trend to confirm this bullish momentum, but still we are here in the green zone, which is good, and obviously this risk-free idea as well. New Zealand Swiss franc slowly but steadily moving towards the resistance. Considering that the Swiss franc is weak, we might see price moving higher towards 62.80 area, maybe even 63 or higher. But first off, we need to see what happens here, if there will be a breakout or rejection. The Euro New Zealand dollar, it's still basically producing lower lows. The last move, let's see, we had a double bottom here formation, so there might be some pullback even towards the moving average, but it's a risk-free trade, half profit fixed here because it moved more than half to the downside, and perhaps today we might see, let's actually see 1 hour. Yeah, okay, 1 hour we having this rejection of the moving average. Maybe this is the point where price will start move down. I do believe we will not be going higher, so this could be now looking like this. Okay, moving to the Euro Australian dollar. This pair looks still extremely attractive. Currently price remains at the previous support zone, which is now at resistance, and perhaps this is a very good opportunity yet again for the Euro Australian dollar to start moving lower. A risk-free opportunity as well. And on the 1 hour chart, let's see what happens here in regards to the moving average. We had a rejection here, 1, 2, 3. So clearly this zone is the resistance which has been respected. And as long as there no 4 close above this price, we will see further decline on this pair. And yeah, this still valid, still looking very good. Finally started to move higher. So here is a stop loss to the break even, a risk-free opportunity, and we will need to see how price will react further. But we secured basically the idea, and we will see how it goes. Started to move in our direction, yet again showing that there is a potential Swiss franc weakness going on, at least in comparison to the euro. Okay, now it's Australian versus dollar. Here slowly but steadily moving up. And considering that we have Australian Swiss franc to the upside and the dollar Swiss franc to the upside, and at the same time Australian dollar to the upside, we might make a conclusion that the Australian Swiss franc will be moving much faster than the dollar Swiss franc. Because here we can see how much we have to go. Here we have 130 pips yet to go, and dollar Swiss franc, we have 30 pips, 45, 74, 80, 90 pips. So at least 50 pips less on this moved Swiss franc in comparison to the Australian dollar versus Swiss franc. And the Australian dollar, I think, also can be placed stop loss at the break even to secure the idea. Just a suggestion, but I like how it rejected the moving average right there. There was a very clean bounce, price produced spike. If I zoom it, guys, you will be able to see it better. Right there, there was a clean rejection. If I remove one of the moving average, you can see it here. There was a rejection, price produced spike, failed. And perhaps the key point here would be if there will be 1 hour close below this level, clean close below this level, that might invalidate this idea. But as long as we hold it, trend should be to the upside. And also a valid idea. We're waiting to see what happens. And that's it. We went through all the ideas. They all are currently in green, which is just perfect. And I would expect finally the Australian dollar to go up and Swiss franc to go down against other major fiat currencies. And I also would like to let you know that till the end of this week, I will be away, so there won't be any ideas. I might be able to post some ideas, I'm not sure, but most likely we will miss on some or on all. Just keeping you updated, and I hope we will have a lot of ideas when I come back. And till now, I wish you to have a great trading, profitable trading. And obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, ask your questions, just participate so we know you're interested, and we will try to provide more interesting ideas for you guys. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in a week.